We did the basics with the Stacy Keach interview.
He was a genius in Up in Smoke. It endeared him with the younger crowd.
He certainly was no George Wendt.
Well.
I want another shot at George Wendt.
Or Lou Grant.
Oh, I like Lou.
Yeah. Oh, please.
I love the Lou. I wanted him to hate me. He was such a smug asshole that day.
Job well done.
Well, I've adjusted because at NEW, I used to just go after everyone, and then me and you realized, oh, fuck, no one wants to do our show.
No one wants to come on.
So now I pick my spots, and he deserved the beating he got in Vegas or L.A., wherever the fuck
he was a lovely man.
Lou?
Yeah.
Lou's an asshole.
Oh, he was very nice.
And Lou believes in some 9/11 crap.
Yeah.
Hey, we never played that disc. If E-Rock could find that, I think he took it back, but...
He does. He believes in that shit.
He was on Adam Carolla's podcast, and he's a truther.
Well, good thing.
Good old
for the
Lou.
truthers.
Lou's a truther.
Keeps us gatekeepers in check.
You think he's liberal?
Just a little bit. Yeah.
He's operating on the 1 yard line.
He definitely is.
I'm obsessed with that because Chris Matthews said he operates on the 40.
40.
He's just to the left.
Full of shit.
So if he's just to the left, then a Lou Grant is on the goal line, I guess, trying to punch it in.
He doesn't operate on the 40. Too bad there's not a 70.
Yeah.
He's not on the 40, Chris Matthews.
Hey,
He's
man,
lying.
he told me he operates on the 40, so I believe him.
40. Please.
You want to hear Ed Asner? I mean,
I'd love to.
I don't know what the fuck we're going to start doing on the show today, so we might as well.
I like hearing Ed Asner talk about this horse shit.
From the Adam Carolla podcast. We've been meaning to play this for a while, and here you go. Ed says he thinks 9/11 was a conspiracy.
Ed, what do you think?
You're going to get him started. You're going to get him started on that.
Not one Jew in the building?
Okay.
What's going on? Conspiracy? Really? What's up, Ed?
What do you know?
Go ahead.
No, I just believe it.
Huh.
What's the conspiracy part?
What's the conspiracy part?
Yeah, I mean that you believe in. Matt, you want to go out in the parking lot and put your head
They
under
did
a
it to
pillow?
go to war? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, these are all facts which are out there. If people would only take the time to stop and
Let's hear
it. Rob Schneider said, Ed, I thought you'd know better. But I don't think he's exempted by any means, and so I preach it.
What? Let's hear it.
No high-rise has ever gone down by fire.
I love that gag.
Those buildings fell at the rate of gravity in 10 seconds flat.
All this shit.
Or close to it.
Can we do a speed round, though, please?
It's just all of
the
this.
listeners have heard this over
I know,
and over again.
I know.
But the speed round.
It's all the same
Debunk
shit.
that really fast in less than a minute.
No high-rise has ever been brought down by fire. How about a high-rise that was completely based on steel and its structural integrity, and the fact that the fire was hot enough to soften it, not melt it into liquid. It didn't turn into fucking Terminator 2, but it was soft enough where it buckled. The weight of the building itself brought the building down.
And that fathead, Rosie O'Donnell believes the same shit.
Of course. She said, fire can't melt metal. It's like, how do you think they make metal, you dumb fatty? They use fire to melt it and then form it into fucking I-beams and shit.
Fire can melt
dunce.
anything. Hot enough fire can melt anything.
Yes. How about the sun? Do you think the sun can melt? The sun has fire all over it. The sun's on fire.
Very good. All right, Ed Asner moves on.
I like the way this guy thinks. And did he serve in the military? The Civil War.
He's Boo Grant.
I hate Lou Grant now.
Oh, he's all right. He's just old. He sounds so old.
He does. He's just
He's
out of
funny
touch.
too in MTM.
And he's quoting every one of these, already been debunked 800 times. Facts.
Whoa, he wasn't funny on MTM.
Marathon Morning sure was.
Oh, yeah.
He was more of a straight guy there,
I know,
wasn't he?
No, he was great.
Ted Knight was hilarious.
Yes,
he had
but
some great
Betty White was
ways of
hilarious.
Yes.
But the way he would dismiss Ted and shit was hysterical.
Yeah.
He'd pull that whiskey bottle out of his desk drawer and just let Mary ramble on about an idea and then just tell her no and have her walk out of the office.
Dude, he was hilarious.
It was really funny in that.
Hey, you're spunky. Thank you. I hate spunk.
I hate spunk.
I might have to go back and watch the MTM.
Yeah, he was great.
Murray was the one who had nothing. Murray.
Yeah, he threw out an occasional stupid line.
Yeah.
Gavin McLeod had shit.
Murray was just the proverbial straight guy, the other guy they needed in the room.
And Rhoda.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Loda.
Yeah, this video is doing well, man. Somebody filmed. It's all over the place. You'll find. Maybe I'll
Love
tweet
this.
it.
Oh, look out.
This fucking. I think it's outside Pittsburgh. Very, very steep little side street that I guess people use in the morning to
Packed
commute.
with ice.
Packed with ice, and somebody just sat there with a camera watching one dummy after another go over the top of this hill, realizing it's a sheet of ice, and then just sliding all the way down the hill. Look at this guy's trying to put a cone up.
He's trying to put a cone
So-
up. That's a good idea.
so other people won't go down the road.
Those are always great pieces of footage. I love watching sliding cars.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why.
Absolutely.
I have like
for hours.
I have like an inner conflict watching that. Like one part of me wants to laugh like really hard, but then the other part of me wants to say, "What a fucking asshole! Go out there and fucking help these people.
Well-
Stand on the apex of the hill and be like, no, it's ice."
Fuck that. He's getting some good vid.
The guy filming was definitely way too far away because he zoomed out and his.
You could say,
yeah. And then they showed a guy trying to get up the hill and he's just sliding backwards. I think he finally got
love
up
that.
there to basically say, "Stop coming down this fucking hill." All right, back to Ed Asner from the Adam Carolla podcast, 9/11 Truther. Ed Asner.
Here's Ed as somebody who's done a little.
I don't want to take away
Nah, go
time
ahead.
from
No, this is
This
interesting.
is good, and I just want to
voices.
see Matt squirm anyway. No, seriously, because here's how I know it to have happened. The I-beams that this thing is built of, they put fire retardant material on these I-beams. If you go into an underground parking structure and you look up, you see something that looks like it's had acoustic cottage cheese stuff blown all over it. Well, that's fire retardant because steel does melt at a fairly low temperature, and they put fire. Now, I had heard, Ed, that when the impact of the plane knocked a lot of that stuff off of these beams, and then when the Jet A fuel started burning, the beams melted. But to that, you would say what?
Bullshit.
Really? Well, then who's behind it then?
We'll never know from the type of
Well, who do
investigation.
you think is behind it?
I think that there is a certain area of government which probably participated in this.
Participated
tied-
in what way? Turn a
What-
blind eye or actually participated?
Well,
I mean, in
the
a more
planes couldn't
proactive
have
way.
brought them down by themselves.
bombs,
So you're
maybe?
saying that there were explosives
Explosives, yes.
in the building?
Yeah. Why did Building 7 come down?
You mean the one that was not one of the World
That's
Trade?
right.
Centers?
100 yards away from the Twin Towers.
That one came down as well. Well, why would that one come down?
Well, I don't know.
But I mean, they put explosives in that one.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, 300 feet away is not that big when
he
you're
said
talking.
300 he said 1,000 yards, isn't it?
I
Right?
think he said 100
He
yards.
said 100 yards.
Yeah, 300 feet. Not that far away when two aircraft hit two giant buildings and fuel and debris and everything else fly out all over the fucking place. Yeah, the building got severely
Plus,
damaged.
Wouldn't there be some shaking going on?
A little shaking, a whole lot of shaking going on.
You know what they
Which
forget?
could cause some structural damage, possibly?
Yeah.
It's the beams that were it's not just the beams melting, is they were hanging. The beams were built where the floors would hang on the outer
Yeah.
beams and they only had like one, what do they call it, they would hang by?
Yeah, like a flange.
All right, one flange. Had they had two, they said they might have withstood it.
Well,
But
why
they
didn't
only
they
had
put two
one.
flanges in?
Because who expected
Oh, my
that to
God.
happen?
I don't want to
Buildings
know
were
that
there for a while.
I don't want to know there's one flange holding up a floating floor. Do we have one flange in this building?
No, but there was a lot of them. But I mean, if they had all been doubled,
Right,
they
right.
said it might have held out. But once that buckled a little bit in the flange and it snapped, then there was the whole thing kind of like an erector set opened and fell. It's not
A
that
house of
complicated.
cards?
Yes, I've said that many times. I was yelling that on 9/12. They called me the House of Cards kid.
You ever build a house of cards when you were little?
Oh, of course.
See how high you could get it?
Me and my friend jerked off in one.
Oh, boy.
There was two ways to do it, too. There was the very hard way when you were a kid, which is just take the cards and try to build a house out of it. And there was the cheating way where you bent the card in the middle
Oh, right.
and built it and angered your parents because they couldn't now play pinochle.
That was the game of choice at your house?
I hated
Pinochle?
pinochle because there were always pinochle decks around the house, and you wanted to play like 21 as a kid or
Right.
any other game kids play, and it was just all fucking face cards. What is this pinochle? This stinks.
I don't even know how you play pinochle.
I don't
Or
either.
is it pinochle?
All I remember is a bunch of my parents and their friends, and they're drunk, and they're just like drinking and throwing cards down on the table and going like real hard, throwing it down, going pshka,
yo.
just like da. That's my memory of my parents playing cards with their friends, flapping the card down, going psh, ah.
Were they playing for money?
Who knows?
Maybe they were playing to swap
Playing a
lives and
swing.
stuff.
They were playing a swing.
Yeah.
I have no idea what was going on back then. I don't know.
If I win this game, I get your wife.
I swear we're swinging. We're swinging.
More Ed Asner as a truther on the Adam Carolla podcast.
Ed?
But Ed, don't you? Here's the way I feel about our government. I don't feel like they're good enough to pull this off. And I feel like they're always talking. There's somebody talking at some point. Like, I'll give you an example. You know, when we went in, when Bush said, hey, Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction, and thus that is our excuse to roll in there and take that place over. And then later on, we found out, well, it turns out he didn't have any of the WMDs. So why did we find out there were no weapons of mass destruction if our government is good at doing conspiracies? Wouldn't somebody said, hey, dig a hole in the desert, put a couple of barrels of mustard gas in there, and then Bush is not going to look like an asswipe, and then we're not going to look like asswipes for declaring war on a country because they had weapons of mass destruction that we never found. How could we couldn't even pull off that simple task?
Can you pause that right there? 'Cause that's an amazing argument.
It's
I've said that for a long
fantastic.
time, and
Yeah.
I don't mean to say it's an amazing because I've said it, but it's like such a common sense thing. And I had that was kind of my point with the guy who's the guy in Dallas who we like, but is
In Dallas.
conspiracy guy from Texas, where he's from.
Oh, Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Oh, Alex.
I was like asking about that, but I was kind of asking about why not just do this? If they're so amazing they can pull this off.
They could pull off 9/11 without a hitch. And make everybody believe this, except for the certain few privileged, intelligent people that don't think it ever happened.
And to this day, no one has talked.
Yeah. Why not be able to just get in the middle of a desert that we now control, utterly and completely control, fly in some real nasty shit, bury it, like Adam Carolla was saying, dig it up and go, ah-ha!
Here we go.
Oh, cocktail time, huh? Harvey! Harvey! Cocktail time. When he came in and saw the two drinks. Oh, cocktail time.
Best line probably in TV shows ever. Gee, I never knew Davy Crockett was so fat.
And he couldn't say anything because he was so wrong.
And the kid was so small.
Having sleepies in his eyes still, and he's just like, ew, this fat man.
But how perfectly delivered on live TV did
know.
that little kid hit that out of the
was
park?
perfect.
I never knew Davy Crockett was so
The
fat.
show still funny. Pow.
Well, there you go. Adam makes the same point there.
Yeah.
Let's see what Ed says.
Oh, he's got to come back.
Because it wasn't the same department of government.
Was it different?
Yeah.
The ones that aren't good at conspiracy.
That's right.
Don't you feel, though, that somebody's going to pop up on 60 Minutes?
No,
at
they
some
die
point?
too easily.
Oh,
You
really?
know, the one.
He is insane with this. Like this is, and he's one of the worst arguers about this I've ever heard.
He's very bad.
This is like I've heard some of these fucking truthers, man, where at least they have some kind of answer for it, even if it's the one you heard 1,000 times, the one you can dispel. Ed's just like, well, it's a different secret branch of the government. It's oh really? I like how Adam threw that one in. Oh, the one that's not good at conspiracies. Wouldn't they put the bestest conspiracy branch of the government on the burying WMDs? I think they would.
And finally, one more from Ed Asner.
To what's the upside of this? To be able to declare war?
That certainly helps.
But is there an easier way to do that? I mean, like I said, just plant some WMDs somewhere and gas a couple locals
and kill 3,000 people
Well, no, I'm saying why
and
go?
launch it in sufficient numbers.
I feel like we've started wars over less.
We have, but I think the people, in all of their stupidity, have gotten a little smarter. So you can't easily pull a Gulf of Tonkin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so two
It's
planes
got to
into
be on a
Trade
bigger
Center.
scale.
Vietnam.
And the lying has to be bigger. The two chiefs of the 9/11 Commission have both stated that the CIA did not completely inform them, that they were denied information.
Yeah, exactly.
And my
that was one of the
bottom
biggest
my
problems.
bottom line in all of this is that this country, which is the greatest, strongest country that ever existed in the world, in terms of power, supposedly had a defense which could not be penetrated all these years, waiting for the Russians.
See?
No.
They cannot handle the
But
fact it was
all of that
penetrated.
was eradicated
See?
by 19 Saudi Arabians, supposedly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ain't that a
Some
kick
of
in the
whom
ass?
who didn't even know how to fly. One of the one that supposedly flew into the Pentagon did a 180-degree turn, which experienced pilots say can't be done.
Yeah, right. Exactly. He couldn't fly. That's why he couldn't fly. It was supposed to hit the fucking White House or the Capitol, dummy.
Might have just got lucky.
Yeah. And that's another thing, the luck factor.
There might have
There's
been
so
some
many
luck
like
involved. Who
luck
knows?
factors and just shit that happens.
But they still only pulled it off 75%.
Yeah.
The last one, like
The last one fell.
People forget, like the passengers took the once people knew what was happening.
Yeah,
the
they said,
passengers
"Fuck
took
this."
the last flight. That like
you think that happened?
Was there?
They flew to Cleveland, were let off, and they're on vacation somewhere in Costa Rica.
You think there might have been a few guys that just chickened out too?
Said, fuck this.
Fuck this.
Allah, I'm out of here.
I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the rest of this flight.
Allah, fuck it.
Yeah, Allah, fuck it.
there was only Zacharias Musai who they was convicted. It was the 20th. I mean, that was it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
these guys were committed, man.
There you go.
There's
That's-
one chilling scene in some show about the hijackers. It was a movie from their point of view, not about like that they were right, but just showing you what they went like their process that day and how they got on the planes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And the one guy just called his girlfriend. It was chilling, and she was a
Oh,
white
right,
girl.
right. Yep.
And he's like, "I love you, I love you, I love you." And she's like, "What do you say? What? I love you." It was really creepy. And then he gets on a
Yeah.
plane and fucking. But you know, she was like an American girl. A lot of these guys dated American chicks.
Of course they did.
It's chilling.
Where are the
With their
American
chicks,
chicks
not
that they
hot.
dated? They ever come out of the woodwork?
Yeah, I mean they've been talked to. They had nothing to do with it. They were
Yeah.
just chicks who liked big dick, I guess. And
Why aren't
these
they
guys
dead?
apparently provided it.
Well, there you go.
I know, right?
Yeah.
There you go. That's how we start today. Ed Asner. I don't know why.
Dumb Ed.
We kind of got to Ed Asner today, right?
Yeah.
From the Stacy Keach intro.
I'm glad.
But there's no argument. He had nothing. Like he's just saying things like, "How could they have?" That's not possible.
Branch of the
There-
government. What? Who? Where? What are they doing now? Is it still in existence? Where are they?
Yeah, somebody would have updated their Facebook status with, "Hey, I was,
Right. I was the guy.
I was one of
yeah.
the guys."
Oh no! Wait. According to Ventura, two of them are flying for Saudi Arabia Airlines.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like,
Yeah,
shut
right.
up.
That's kind of a cool gig.
Like, wow, you're the guys that they used to pull off the big conspiracy in the U.S. Yeah, working for $75K a year here.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is great.
You're not.
Well, there you have it.
Bunch of crap.
What else is
Ed
going on?
Asner.